Farm safety has now changed, there's new rules and regulations, but you guys have come up with an electronic solution.
Yeah, so we wanted to create a system that was simple for farmers to use. So we were really struggling to manage health and safety in a corporate dairy business that we used to work for. And so we just wanted to create a tool that was simple for people to use and was effective and engaged the team in health and safety as well.
And each farm has got its own system?
Yeah, so each farm has its own system, and it has a farm map where farmers can just drop pins onto the map, which are all the pins are risks, and then each risk has some information associated with it in terms of what it is and some of the safety information that people need to know and to be aware of, so that people are aware of the risk when they come to the farm.
So on their computer they put a boundary, a virtual boundary around their property?
It's got a geo-fence, which is a virtual fence around the property. So when someone arrives on the farm and they have the app on their phone, the app or the system knows that they're there, and so it'll prompt them and say, "Hey, you've arrived at the farm, and we'd like you to review the risks, and so that you're aware of them, and then you can acknowledge them and sign in."
So this is great because this system is in lieu of a whole lot of paper in a shed somewhere, whether it be the dairy or the wool shed or whatever.
Yeah, so we're trying to get away from paper. Paper's painful on a farm. It's not really fit for purpose because farming environments are often wet and dirty, and they cover a large area, and so paper just isn't fit for purpose in farms. So we've made something that's electronic, it's mobile, it's with you all the time, and so you can access the information wherever you are. If you're in the back paddock, you can hop on your mobile and you can see what the risks that are around you that are relevant to you at the time. So,
and going back to paper, of course, those books or whatever that we're supposed to sign in on, they could be anywhere, and nobody knows if the farmer's there or not, and it's a bit confusing.
Could be anywhere, yeah. You don't know where it's going to be. So often it'll be in the dairy shed if it's a dairy, or it might be in the wool shed. But it's often you don't know where it's going to be, so it's easier if it's just on your phone.
So as a television presenter doing a farming program, I go onto obviously a lot of farms, so I can use this system myself to sign in.
Yeah, so you'd download the app and you'd be a user that visited farms for business reasons, probably. And so you'd just download the app, and any farm that you went to that used OnSide, when you arrived, it would just alert you that you'd arrived at the farm, and you'd go through the process of looking at the risks, and it would only show you the risks that you hadn't seen before, so it's not going to drag you through things that you're already aware of. So we try to make the risks that you see the most relevant. And then you'll review those, check them out, acknowledge that you've read them, and sign in. And then once you've arrived, the farm manager the farm team will get an alert that you've arrived, and they have your contact details on their phone and that sort of stuff. So
if you're a truck driver, for example, who's going to be coming onto a farm to spread fertiliser, the farmer A knows where you are and that you're there, but you also are in instant contact with the farmer.
Yeah, so it's great for truck drivers because they don't need to get out of their truck. They can just roll on in, it'll alert them, they sign in, and then they can actually check out the risks that are in the paddock where they are, rather than having to look at a map that has a whole lot of irrelevant information on it.
And of course, security-wise, as a farmer, you know in fact who is on your farm.
Yeah, so it's got a cool feature that I think farmers quite like. That's the feedback we've had, which is the "Who's on my farm" feature. So anyone that's on your farm at any time that has the OnSide app, you can go into the "Who is on my farm" feature, and it'll tell you exactly who's on your farm and how long they've been there. And you can also go back and look at a history of who's been on your farm. So it's good for tracking hours and things like that.
What if there's no cell phone coverage?
So we've thought hard about that, and so we've built a lot of offline capability into the system. If you go to a farm that doesn't have good cellular reception, then it'll still know you're there because the GPS usually works. So not often that the GPS won't have signal. So so the system will still know you're there. It'll prompt you to sign in, but what you do need to have done is to pre-download the risks. So you can do that when if you know you're going to a farm that doesn't have good cellular reception, you pre-download the risks, and then when you arrive, it's like having an online experience.
What about battery usage?
So yeah, because OnSide has location detection technology, it's a question a lot of people ask us: is it going to drain their battery? So we spend a lot of time and effort with the team at Jade to figure out a cool way to you make sure it doesn't use a lot of battery. So it only uses your location for a small period of time, a short period of time when you're actually when you're close to the farm and about to go into the boundary, and then after that, the location detection slows down and stops. So our experience, what we've found is it doesn't use too much battery. It's probably 5th or 6th on the list of battery users on your phone.
What are the costs?
So the system's going to be free for April, and then from then it's $10 a user a month.
Do you buy an annual contract, or what's the system?
No, so you buy a monthly contract and you can cancel it any time. So you just pay for the people on your team or yourself, and then if you aren't finding value with the system, then you just cancel.
And if there's an incident, I guess you can report that on your cell phone or on your computer.
Yeah, so the app on the mobile, or on the mobile and on the web, you can record or report a risk or an incident. So you can also report a new risk. So if you report an incident, you put in the details, all the details that you need to put in there, and the farm administrators get an alert that a new incident's been logged, and then you can go then the administrators will go online later onto the website, and they can manage that as they need to.
The authorities must love you guys.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is make it easy for farmers. None of the information's available to the authorities. They have to go and actually sit down with the farmer to go through the information. So it's not we're not sharing information with anyone. It's just so it's up to the farmer holds the key to the information. But we think it'll make it easier for farmers to work with the authorities to have a living, breathing health and safety plan.
That's what I was meaning. Is because you're making it simple.
Well, yeah, hopefully it makes it easier for everyone.
What's the feedback been like?
So we've been testing this system with farmers and our friends and family and other farmers for a few months now, and we've had lots of really good feedback. But I think the feedback farmers give us is the most important thing. So based on that feedback, we want to continue to invest in the product and make it better over time. So for us, this is the first step. And as we get new ideas from users, we'll continue to try and build it and make it better.
Constant R&D, I guess, for you guys.
We want to have a continual R&D process that's just going all the time. So we want to roll new features out, which is based on user feedback. So we want to hear from people, how it's going, how we can improve it, and what else they need.
Who's involved?
So the people, there's three of us founded OnSide. So there's myself, Juliet McLean, and Michael Falconer.
And what about the future? Where are you taking this?
Yeah, so this is the first step for us. We want to continue to develop new cool solutions for farmers that are mobile and and take the pain away of problems that they're having on the farm, and solutions for problems that they need solving.
And it's a small team, but I guess that team will grow.
Yeah, so there's just the three of us right now, but this is just the first step, and we'll continue to grow as we need, and hopefully we can grow our team and get lots of other cool people involved.